Hey guys, it's Heather from Kell of a Plan, and I'm here today to do a planner newbie advice video for all of our new Happy Planner friends who are joining us for the first time with their new planners. So today I'm going to give you a few tips if you're a newbie and you're just starting out, some things that will hopefully help you to get the most of your planners. So if you have followed me for a couple days, then you've probably realized that I have more than one Happy Planner. I'm using about 8 right now, and that doesn't include the notebooks and the budget planner and the recipe planner and other things like that. So I just have a ton of planners. But my first planner newbie tip for new planners is to start with one planner. Yes, I said it, one planner. This was my very first Happy Planner. I started it in August of 2015, and this is the only planner I used until July of 2016. You can tell it's very big, it's very loved, but I really stuck to one planner because I wanted to make sure that this planner worked for me, that I had the time for this planner, and that I can make it work, and so that I didn't just give up. Because a lot of people, I think they start out with multiple planners and they realize they don't have enough time and they don't have a system and they just give up. So my suggestion is to start with one, kind of figure out what works for you in that planner, start a system, get it going, and then once you're more comfortable, maybe in 6 months, you can add another planner. Some of you may be more comfortable in maybe 3 months, but my first tip is to start with one so that you don't get too overwhelmed and figure out a system that works for you. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is to find a pen that you love, because you're going to always go back to the pens that you love and you're going to use them over and over. So first tip, second tip, find a pen that you love. So I'm going to share with you a few of my favorite pens today. My absolute most favorite pen to use in my Happy Planners is the Paper Mate Flare pen. These pens come in multiple colors, different sizes as well. So I like the Paper Mate Flare medium tip. This is a felt tip pen, and it just writes beautifully. I love it. I've always loved this pen, and I love it even more in my Happy Planner. A lot of people say that this pen bleeds for them in their Happy Planner. I don't have that problem. So a tip for these pens is don't press down super hard, especially with the dark colors, because then it might bleed through. But if you just write at normal pressure, then these pens are awesome. I love these pens. And you can see where I use these pens here in this spread. This blue and red ink is all with Paper Mate Flare pens because they're my favorite. So that is my absolute favorite pen. My second favorite pen are the Newbie pens. You can buy these in packs of either 4 or 5 at Hobby Lobby or on the Newbie shop. They are super fine tipped, which I love. They are all black ink, but I just love how fine tipped they are because you can write really small things in your planner with these. So these are my second favorite pens. They are all black, so hopefully we'll get some colored ones soon, but those are the only ones that they have now. Now some people love to do brush lettering in their planner too. So if you're someone who's really interested in brush lettering, I have a few suggestions. This is a Tombow pen. This is the hard tip Tombow pen. There's also a soft tip. It's a very small tipped brush pen. A lot of people love the Tombow dual tip brush pens, and I have a lot of those. But I actually like these hard and soft tips better because they're easier to control for beginners. I think that those dual brush, they have a really long, thick brush, and it's just kind of hard to control for a beginner. So if you're a newbie and you want to start with Tombow, I suggest the hard or the soft brush tips. My favorite brush pens are these from Michaels. They're Prismacolor brush pens. Make sure you get the ones with the B on the lid. That stands for brush. You don't want to get the ones that say like 0.5 or something like that, because that's not a brush pen. So these are brush markers. They have a very small brush tip, so these are also easy to control for beginners. Jana Wilson recommended these to me at Pinners, Texas, and I've bought tons of them since then. They are probably my favorite brush pen just because they're super easy to control and they're really pretty when you write with them. I also really love these Pentel pens. These don't bleed. None of these pens, by the way, bleed in your Happy Planner. That's why I'm suggesting them. But These are two Pentel sign pens that I have. This is the regular Pentel sign pen, which I bought thinking it was a brush pen, but it's not. But it's still a really good pen just to write in your planner, like bold black. I really enjoy this pen, even though I bought it on accident. But this is just the regular Pentel sign pen. And then they have a Pentel sign brush pen, and that's what this one is. So if you're looking for a brush pen, make sure you get the Pentel sign brush pen. And this one just has a brush tip so that you can do that brush lettering. And it's also very small, so it's easy to control. So those are my favorite pens right now that I've been using in my planners. So my second tip for newbie planners is to find a pen that you love, or a couple of pens that you love, so that you always know exactly what you want to write in your planner with. So that is my second tip. My third tip is that sticky notes are your best friend. Sticky notes are a planner girl's best friend. You need sticky notes. I love the Happy Planner sticky notes. A lot of their sticky notes are punched, so you can just pop them right into your planner, which makes for really convenient on-the-go planning, and then you can just pull them out. They're also sized to fit in the columns or in the daily boxes, so that's really nice that they just already fit for you since they're designed by the Happy Planner. One way that I use sticky notes is for future planning. When I got my first Happy Planner, which was this one, if you remember, I went ahead and wrote everything in for the future months. I went ahead and wrote it on all of my monthly spreads, but then it changed. So like here you see all these boxes. These, I made them decorative, but they're put there because I had written other things, and then those things were canceled or moved to another day, but it was already written in pen. So I had to get creative with how to cover that up. So I made the mistake in my first Happy Planner of not embracing sticky notes. But now in my Happy Planner, sticky notes are my best friends. So in all of my future months, let me flip to a future month so that you can see, I use sticky notes to plan things that are coming up in that month. That way it is there and I know that it's there, but if it changes, I can easily pull it off and move it or throw it away. So like this is a weather day for my school. Well, if we have a snow day, that's not going to be a weather day anymore. That's going to be a work day. So I'm really glad I didn't write that in. I just put it on a sticky note in case that changes. Now, once it's time for March, then I would peel my sticky notes off and I would then write in for my month. So next week or Sunday starts January. So yesterday I just now went in and wrote on my January spread. This was all sticky notes prior. So once it's about a week before the month starts, I feel pretty comfortable with things not changing, and I go ahead and I write them in. But like this meeting right here was a good example. When they first told us about this meeting, it was on the 4th, and then they changed it to the 5th, and then they changed it to the 19th. So if I hadn't have used the sticky note, then I would have had just scribbles all over here. But since I wrote it on a sticky note, I was able to move it around until they finalized the date. So that's my third tip. Sticky notes are a planner babe's best friend. Get you some sticky notes. And they're great. If you see here at the front of my planner, I just have some sticky notes here in my planner so that they're always available when I need them. So you can just punch them in. So that is tip number 3. Sticky notes are a girl's best friend. All right, tip number 4. Don't go crazy with washi tape. I know some of you probably think that I am cussing when I say that, because us planner girls love washi tape. And it's very addicting. Michael's always has great deals on their washi tape, so does Blitzy and other sites like that. But girl, let me tell you, you're gonna buy all this washi, and then because you're a newbie and you don't really know how you're going to use it, but you love it, so you want to buy it all, and then you're never going to use it. I have hundreds of washi over here on my bookshelf. I have some at work. I have some on my desk that still aren't used even though they're on my desk, because your planning style, it's different from girl to girl. So some girls use tons of washi and some don't use hardly any washi. So my suggestion is to buy maybe 2 or 3 packs max until you're a few weeks in, kind of figure out how you use washi tape in your planner, so that you kind of know how much washi tape you need to buy. And my next tip is when you buy that washi tape, and you are trying to plan in your planner, you want to get a gift card. I covered this one with washi tape just to make it cute, but it was just, you see, it was just a gift card. So get a gift card. You can decorate it or you don't have to. And then you'll take your washi to lay it down on a page. And instead of using scissors or trying to cut it at a weird angle, you can take your washi tape and lay it out and take your gift card and hold it on the edge and pull, and it makes a clean cut. So that's a really easy way to apply washi tape. And another suggestion for newbies who are maybe new to using washi tape is a lot of people kind of get frustrated with the fact that there's not a lot of thin washi tape. Most washi tape is this width right here, but sometimes you want a thinner one so that it'll fit on your header bar or somewhere else where it's just small. So this is a great tip that I learned from April. She's Mom Run Craft on Instagram. She's a fellow design team member, and she is my planner idol. I want to be her when I grow up. But I got this tip from her, and you can see that this is just extra washi that I've stuck down that I haven't used from doing this. So what you do is you take your washi and you put it right here along the edge where your paper cutter cuts. And you just put it down and you cut, and then you have thinner washi, which is perfect. April suggests doing it on wax paper too if you want to save it. I usually just stick whatever I'm not going to use onto my paper cutter and I'll use it later. But wax paper works too. But then you just have the same cute washi, but it's thin, so it's just a great way to vary up your one roll of washi. So now I can use it in this thickness or in this thin layer, which is really great to fit in different places in my planner. So those are my washi tips. Again, try not to go washi crazy. I know it's beautiful and it's addictive and it's great, but just a lot of girls buy a ton of it and then they don't ever use it again. So I would just suggest buying a few rolls, figuring out how you use it in your planner, and then buying more if you need more once you figure out how you use it in your planner. All right, so my next tip for newbie planner girls is to create a planner Instagram account. You've got to do it. Planner babes on Instagram are the best babes around. We have this amazing community on Instagram where everyone is friends and comments, and they're so nice and helpful and creative. And I have made so many friends through this Instagram planner account that it's just crazy to think of how many friends I've made. So you need to make one. You just got to make one. Get on that Instagram, comment on other people's, message people, participate in all the different daily hashtags. Just, you've got to take advantage of this community that we have on Instagram. It's amazing. So if you get on Instagram, I'm Kell of a Plan if you want to follow me on Instagram. And of course, you need to follow the Happy Planner, and the other 19 girls on the Newbie design team are all really inspiring. So you can start there following them, and then you can kind of find other people along the way who kind of have the same style as you or who inspire you. So my next tip for a planner newbie is to get a planner Instagram account. I promise you won't regret it. It's one of the best things I've ever done is this account right here. It's really changed my life. I know that's silly to say, but it's true. So planner Instagram, do it. All right, next tip goes back, I'll show you in this planner. When you get your planner, if you're someone who decorates your planner, you're going to fall in love with decorating your planner. Mambi has so many adorable stickers, so many great things to add into your planner that you're just going to fall in love with decorating it. I know I did. When I first got my planner, I decorated like a month in advance, just in one sitting. Like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I'm just going to decorate it all. But then what happens is you find more washi, or you get new stickers, or you realize that your style has changed a little bit from week to week, but you've already planned a month or 2 months or sometimes even 3 months in advance, and you're stuck with this planner that doesn't fit your style anymore. So my suggestion is to not decorate more than 2 weeks in advance. I know that's really hard and crazy sometimes because you just want to decorate it all, but I promise it will help you if you don't decorate too far in advance. So this is my current week. It's Tuesday, so I've only planned Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is my social media planner. So you can see that I have these 3 days planned, but I haven't even looked at next week or the next half of this week, just because social media, I like to break it up. Anyway, this is next week. As you can see, I've already decorated it and it's ready to go. But the next week is still blank. And some people may have already decorated all their January. And if you have, that's fine. It's your planner. Do what you want, but my suggestion is not to decorate too far in advance, especially in a new planner, because like this is my social media planner, and right now this is the layout that I'm trying, but it may not work for me. And so if it doesn't work for me, I may want to be able to mix it up in 2 weeks. I don't want to commit to something that I've designed weeks in advance. So my suggestion is try to control yourself and don't go crazy with decorating too far in advance. Try to do just a week or two at a time. I promise you'll thank me if you listen to that tip. And while we're in this planner, another suggestion is if you have sticker pages that you know you're going to be using a lot, my suggestion is to punch them into your planner. So I was the original sticker book person. If you didn't know that, it was about a year ago almost that I came up with this idea, and it's just blown up, and planner babes everywhere are doing it, and it's really cool to see. So these are some stickers that came with this seasonal planner. So since they came with the planner, I figured that I'd be using them in this planner because they match. So what I did was I took a piece of cardstock, and the cardstock was the same size as the sticker pages, and I punched it using my Newbie punch, and then I was able to just pop it into my planner. So now I have these stickers in my planner ready to go whenever I'm ready to use them. So that's another tip for planner newbies, is punch your sticker pages so that you can take them on the go. It makes for great planning. Another tip is that I'm going to share with you guys. Oh, I'm going to go back for just a second to the planner Instagram that I talked about how you need to make a planner Instagram. On Instagram, I just wanted to share some of my favorite hashtags that you can follow to kind of see different people's ideas and different things that you might want to be doing in your planner. So these are some of my favorite planner hashtags. The happy planner, hashtag the happy planner. Everyone hashtags any and every picture to this one. So there's tons and tons of stuff here, but it's really awesome to look at. That's the same with Happy Planner and Mamby. These three are really great just to see anything that has to do with the Happy Planner. Hashtag before the pin. This is where people show their layouts before they write in them. So if you just want to see how people are decorating a planner, this would be a great hashtag to look up. Hashtag after the pin is where people post their layouts at the end of the week. So if you want to see how people fill out their planner, this would be a great hashtag for you to check out. Hashtag planner babes is just a great hashtag to look at to make new friends and to meet new girls. Hashtag planner spreads is another good one if you just want to see how people are decorating their planners. Hashtag Fun Corner Friday is a hashtag that us planner babes participated on Fridays. Erin from Color Spice came up with this hashtag, and it's basically you just post a fun corner in your planner, and it's just kind of a fun way to focus on the little details in your planner. So this one happens on Fridays. Hashtag Maybe Quote of the Week happens on Tuesdays, and this is a hashtag that Allie came up with, where you just take a quote from Mamby, maybe it's on a sticker or a divider or a pocket page card, and a quote that's really motivating you for the week, and you share it with other girls to help motivate them. So that's a great hashtag that happens on Tuesdays. Midweek Spread is a hashtag that people participated on Wednesdays or Thursdays if you have a mini, because in the mini, Thursday is the midweek spread. But this is where you post your completed week halfway through so that people can kind of just see how your layout is going. And the next one is hashtag Mini Mania Monday. This is a hashtag that Gretchen from Plan for Tomorrow came up with, to focus on the mini happy planners on Mondays, just because those are new, they're fun. So if you just want to focus on, if you have a happy planner mini and you just want to see how people are using that planner, we really focus on that on Mondays, and you can look at that hashtag to get some ideas. And the last hashtag I want to share with you is hashtag talented20. Not very many people actually know about this hashtag because we don't advertise it a whole lot, but this is the hashtag that the Newbie design team uses. There's 20 of us on the design team this year, and we all hashtag this to the different things that we create. So if you wanted to see just projects made by the design team, and these aren't even necessarily the projects that go on the blog, these are just fun projects that we post every day. But if you look up this hashtag, you'll see tons and tons of ideas from the Newbie design team. And I can guarantee those are all great ideas because those other 19 girls on the team with me are incredible. So if you've never checked that one out, that's one that you should definitely check out. So that just goes back to my planner Instagram tip that I gave. All right, so my next tip, a lot of times what I hear from newbies is that they just don't know where to start. They're overwhelmed. They have all these stickers and all this washi tape and all these pens and this beautiful planner, and they don't know where to start, and they're just really overwhelmed. So what I like to tell planner newbies is just jump in. Just jump in, because guess what? Your first spread, it's probably going to be really bad. But you get to turn the page and you get to start over. And every single week you learn your style even more, and you perfect your craft even more. So yes, that first week is going to be horrible, but it will get better. So I'm going to share with you my first ever spread in my happy planner, just so you can kind of see how bad mine was. It was pretty bad. So this right here is my first ever spread in my very first happy planner. As you can tell, I really had no clue what I was doing. I've got some pictures that are printed really bad, washi tape, markers everywhere. This right here, this is duct tape. Yep, duct tape. So this was my first one, and I remember when I did it, I was so proud of it, and I was so excited because it was just, yes, I'm in this happy planner. It's great. It's wonderful. I'm so excited. And now I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's so bad. But you know what? I got to turn the page. And guess what? Week 2 was even worse. This week makes me cringe even more than this week. It's horrible. It's just not my style. But guess what? I kept going. And every week you can see that my style changed a little bit. And every week I noticed that I got better and better. And then you kind of figure out what works for you. You can see in this planner, I was all about the washi. I used to washi everything. Here. I mean, washi tape is everywhere in this planner. I just loved it, which is fine. If you love washi, it's great. I mean, I loved this planner. But you can just see that from my first week to even this week in April, my style changed, and I figured out what worked for me, and I just developed my look in my planner. And now, in my current planner, I've developed it even more. So my suggestion would really be, my biggest suggestion for newbies is to just jump in. Your first week may suck, your second week may not be that great, but you will learn your style as you go. And the best thing about these planners is if you hate a week, you get to turn the page and you get to start over the next week. And if you hate this week, you get to turn the page and you get to try again. So just try to remember this is a hobby. This is for fun. It may not be perfect the first time. It may take you a couple of weeks to figure out what works for you, but it will get better and you will end up loving it once you figure out your style. So jump in. My last tip, well, actually I still have a few more. So before I get to my last one, just jump in and plan. If you're going to be taking your planner on the go, my next tip is to get a cover. This was my planner last year, and these covers had not yet released. And this planner, the cover pops off really easily. The discs, you can see they're kind of flimsy. This disc broke. It was just not very secure. But this year, they've come out with new covers. So if you're going to be taking your planner on the go, get a cover to help secure it. There's two kinds. This is called a snap cover because it snaps onto your discs. And this is called a deluxe cover because it's more like a binder. Both of these have pros and cons depending on what you want. The snap cover is really great because it makes it really sturdy. Those discs are not wiggling. It's also great because you can fold it over on itself, so it takes up less desk space. I love the snap cover. The deluxe cover is great because it makes it really secure. It's got this great snap. It's got these pockets so that you can add in stuff for planning on the go, which is great. These pockets actually fit the sticker books, and it just makes it really secure. So it's totally personal preference. This one is a little bit bulkier than this one, but they're both great. If you're going to take your planner on the go, I definitely suggest a cover to help keep it all together. I think I have 2 more tips. Set aside weekly planner time, a place to plan. Yes, that's my neighbor's horn that is currently honking. Set aside a place to plan and a time to plan, so that you're committed. I usually do mine on Tuesday nights or Sundays. Is really my planning days. So set aside a time, set aside a space, even if it's just on your couch where you just plan, but just have a planning place. And then my last tip for planner newbies is don't compare your planner to other people's planners. Remember that your planner is for you. You can make it as decorative as you want. You can make it as functional as you want, but it's for you. Don't get caught up in thinking that your planner isn't as good as so-and-so's planner. Every planner is beautiful because it works for you in your life. Always remember that comparison is the thief of joy. Whatever you create is perfect. So just keep that in mind. So those are my planner newbie advice from Kell of a Plan. Don't know how much it's worth, but I wanted to just give some tips to those of you who are joining our planner family. We're really happy to have you, and happy planning!